You know that feeling when you scroll through a sea of sleek-looking fitness machines, see a glossy photo of a realistic 3D horse riding simulator, and think, this is exactly what my home gym is missing, only to discover after the first workout that the whole experience feels more like a cheap novelty than a serious cardio tool? I've been there, and the worst part is wasting space and money on something that looks impressive online but falls flat when you actually try to use it. That's why I'm breaking down the Zefperton 330 pounds capacity indoor fitness horse rider so you can decide if it's a genuine addition to your routine or just another piece of equipment that will sit idle in the corner. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First, let's talk about the Core Promise, a 3D horse riding simulation that claims to give you a full-body workout waist, abdomen, back, and legs while you stay planted on a saddle-shaped cushion. The machine uses a 5-axis mechanism to mimic the motion of a real horse, and it offers 20 adjustable vibration speed levels plus 3 preset modes: steady, interval, and random. In practice, that means you can start with a gentle trot for a warm-up, crank it up to a gallop for a cardio burst, or let the random mode keep you guessing so you don't fall into a rhythm that your body adapts to too quickly. I tested the setup in a typical home office that doubles as a workout space. The unit arrives in a single box that measures about 453,015 inches. Unpacking is straightforward, no extra bolts or hidden tools required, and the base sits directly on the floor, so you don't need a dedicated mat. The extra-large LCD screen is bright enough to be read in daylight, and it displays speed, time, calories, and heart rate estimates if you pair a Bluetooth heart monitor. The Bluetooth speaker built into the frame syncs with your phone, so you can stream playlists without juggling a separate device. For someone who works at a desk all day, the ability to hop on during a short break and have music already playing feels like a genuine productivity boost. Now, who actually benefits from this kind of equipment? If you're a fan of low-impact cardio, think seniors, rehab patients, or anyone who wants to protect the knees while still burning calories, the riding motion is forgiving. The saddle is covered in thickened PU leather, which feels softer than a typical gym bike seat, and the ergonomic arc distributes your weight across the hips, reducing pressure points. People who enjoy dance or aerobic classes often report that the rhythmic sway engages the core in ways that static machines don't, making this a decent alternative for those who miss the flow of a Zumba session but need a quieter option for an apartment. On the flip side, if your primary goal is to build raw leg power or you're training for a sport that requires explosive lower body strength, you'll likely feel shortchanged. The resistance comes from vibration rather than actual mechanical load, so you're not pushing against a heavy flywheel or weight stack. That makes the machine excellent for cardio and core activation, but not ideal for serious strength conditioning. Also, the max user weight of 330 pounds is generous, yet the frame itself is made of lightweight alloy. A heavier rider may notice a slight wobble at the highest speed settings, which could feel unsettling during an intense interval. A practical concern that shows up for many buyers is the noise level. The 5-axis motor produces a steady hum that most people describe as comparable to a standing fan. In a shared living situation, that hum can be heard through thin walls, so you'll want to schedule sessions when roommates or family members aren't sleeping. The vibration, while effective for mimicking a horse's movement, can also transmit through the floor, so placing a thin rubber mat underneath can help dampen the sound without compromising stability. One of the strengths that isn't advertised in the bullet list is the way the machine encourages longer sessions through its random mode. Instead of manually adjusting speed every few minutes, the device cycles through a pre-programmed pattern that alternates between low, medium, and high intensity. I found that this kept my heart rate in the fat burn zone for a solid 30-minute ride without the mental fatigue of having to watch a timer and press buttons. For people who get bored easily, that built-in variability is a real time saver. However, the same random mode can be a weakness if you're tracking precise calorie burn for a strict regimen. Because the speed changes aren't logged separately, the LCD only gives you a total calorie estimate based on an average speed. If you need exact numbers for a medical program, you'll have to pair the machine with an external fitness app that can capture the Bluetooth data stream, and not every app supports that protocol yet. So the on-screen stats are useful for a ballpark figure, but they're not a substitute for detailed tracking. Another practical detail, the LCD screen, while large, does not rotate. If you're taller than 6 feet,